Looking directly ahead of the vessel here, you can see a very unique spot you're only going to find right here on Lake Superior, as we have the massive gravity-fed iron ore docks, with these two being owned by the Canadian National Railway. We've got Dock 5 over on the left side that I'll be talking about in just a moment, and then Dock 6 over here on the right side, with the large, kind of brownish colored piles on the other side, being a part of the Canadian National Dock 6 facility and is known as the Lakehead Pad. Dock 5 on the left was built back in 1914 by the Duluth, Mesabi, and Northern Railway, and served with them and their successor railroad, the Duluth, Mesabi, and Iron Range, all the way until 1986, when it was finally deemed to be obsolete and no longer necessary. So they closed down that dock, but it was deemed too expensive to demolish, and so it sits there to this day, all that many chutes left on it, as those chutes were then removed and used on Dock 6 for the portion that is still gravity-fed there. Dock 6, meanwhile, on the right side, it was built in 1919 and is the longest iron ore dock of its kind into the boat in just about a minute, making this the fastest kind of loading for any cargo found anywhere on the planet. The drawback of this gravity feed design, though, is that you can only load boats about 70 to 75 feet wide, and by the 1970s and 1980s, we had the problem that vessels were getting to be 105 feet wide, so you couldn't easily load them off of gravity-fed chutes, and so you had to modify a little bit, and that's why in 1986, so once they were also closing Dock 5, they renovated Dock 6 to have a large ship loader on the side, but those large ship loaders instead using conveyor belts to evenly distribute cargo across the vessel, where they could then evenly load the vessel and not have any issues with its stability. I just got another question up here from the top deck that some other people might be wondering about as well. You can see as we're passing the large gravity chutes here on the gravity end of Canadian National Dock 6, you can notice that each of those chutes are numbered. However, last I checked, the numbers 359, 120, and 65 are not directly next to each other, and so the number series is completely broken. Well, this is largely because of the fact that those large chutes there are actually taken from other iron ore docks across Lake Superior, because they don't manufacture them a whole lot anymore, and it's easier to take them from inactive docks and transfer them around as needed instead of manufacturing all brand new ones. So in this case, a couple of them are taken from the Dock 6 and from Dock 6 directly. Others were taken from Dock 5. Some of them even taken from the other iron ore docks on the Superior side of the harbor, and some of them even